It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. In this game, we'll see the Denver Nuggets again. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Outside the wings are Gilgeous-Alexander and Dort. Holmgren is out there with Williams, and it's Jamison in at the 1 spot. And for Denver, the forward spots will be Porter Jr. and Gordon. Alec Burks is out there with Jamal Murray. And it's Jokic in at the center position. So the Nuggets win the tip. As the season rolls on, Brent, how do squads manage to preserve momentum and energy and keep themselves fired up?
Yeah, you got to challenge yourself, Kevin, to try to continue to be consistently good. And I think that's what you're talking about here is a standard with which you play is going to help you continue to get wins because you expect that from one another.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Denver shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Jokic with the steal. On the wing, Porter. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
Kind of amazing because Jokic has that passing ability and what it's done in terms of how the coaches run their offense around what he can do.
Here's Jamison, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. Playing games at altitude here in Denver, Brent. How does it affect the player?
Well, you could say it's mental, but I could tell you from experience, Kevin, it is physical. I mean, it does hit you, and you got to get past that early burn before you can get back into the endurance part of your conditioning.
Drills it from outside.
Yeah, great outside shooting. Really fueling this run.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Here's Jamison. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
He seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
For 3, Murray. Another 3 for Denver.
Offense clicking early. Here, 3 for 4 to start this one.
Outside, Jamison. Now the feed to Williams. Back to Jamison. For Murray. Jamison, no luck. The Nuggets on offense. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Here's Burks. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. The Thunder have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Jamison. Another miss by Jamison.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Outside Gordon. The pass to Murray. From 17 feet out. They grab their own miss. And Jokic slings it in.
And Jokic, I think he thought he was with his brothers, wrestling around in there and bullied his way to grab that rebound.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you very much. I was able to talk with Mark Daigneault for a minute. He told me defensively they have to stop dribble penetration, challenge the lobs at the basket, and generally make it difficult to get to the front of the rim. We don't want this to turn into a dunk fest because that will not end in their favor. Guys?
Thank you, David. Just 5 on the clock. Jokic a screen. Burks for 3. Denver the rebound. Murray outside. Outside Porter. Jokic trying to free himself up. Denver with a new 14. The shot's good. Jokic has got 7.
displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. You know who that was.
Jort against Porter. And it's Jort off the drive. That shot off the mark. Nice D from Porter. Here's Denver now. They're on a 15-5 run here. Jokic, no good. Thunder trailing by 10. With the teardrop. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have.
For Denver, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
At the line for Denver, Zeke Nagy, shooting 1.
And the free throw, no good. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Denver ball. Denver basketball.
7 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. From deep. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Nuggets.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
They've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
Taking a look at the Thunder. They've got Josh Giddey. Lou Dort out there with Williams. Then there's Jay, and it's Eubanks in at the 5 spot. Highland misses. Thunder trailing by 6. Here's Jamison shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big games. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
Fast break, here they come. Here's Jamison, who scores with that shot. Now he's 3 of 8.
And Giddey with a little giddy up on that pass.
Nuggets shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Murray outside. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds to the Nuggets as Denver retains possession. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for George.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Six on the shot clock. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
His first personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Nagy. He's got 7. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Murray, good.
And Murray getting it going on the inside that time. Around the trees, still scored.
One of the stars of the 2020 bubble playoffs, Jamal Murray.
I mean, remember, he had a 50-point game. Murray averaged over 26 points, helped Denver make it to the Western Conference Finals. We saw Jamal take his game to another level in Orlando.
Oklahoma City had one of the all-time NBA trios, didn't they? Brent, Durant, and Harden, and Westbrook, 3 future MVPs. I mean, I don't know that we'll ever see that again.
Yeah, incredible, Kevin. Going to that finals in 2012. And obviously really young and green at that time. Unfortunately, Harden was traded away that summer. They took a hardline stance, and he was off to Houston. And just think back, would they have won titles together, and how many?
And now another look at that great drive and finish, brought to you by Mobile One.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing. When to rise up and swat that one away.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Robinson Earls checked in. Murray outside. Shot clock at 5. Shoots from the high post. Here's Najee. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Najee's got 9 points.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Outside, Jamison. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren dishes to Jamison. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Jokic.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
A different look for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Najee. Here's Highland. Giddey defending. Gordon with a screen on Giddey. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Murray's got the lead up to 11 now for Denver.
And Jamal Murray showing that he's capable moving without the ball to find some points.
Outside, Dort. And so it's Denver. Their lead at 11.
Hello, everyone.
Many offenses revolve around the 3 ball, but so far in this game, they...
And now, time to glance at the... And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Here's Jamison. Gordon steps in at the 4 with Jokic in at center. Jamal Murray is out there with Alec Burks. And it's Porter at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. The Nuggets leading by 11. Jokic inside. He's guarded by Williams. Jokic passes to Murray. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, I not only like the attack, but I love the angle of attack from Jamal Murray that time.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
The numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
Both shots good from the stripe. Thunder trailing by 13. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Michael Porter Jr. was a top prospect in his high school class, but his back injury has presented a constant challenge. He says, it changed my perspective. I'm just going to get up every day and try to be better than I was the day before. I'm giving my best every day, and I'm good. Back to you guys.
Well, you hope he stays healthy. That has been a concern. Thanks, David. Here's Murray up on top. Jamison covering. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Jamal Murray at his size, the one impressive thing that stands out to me is that he will willingly go right at the defense.
Second free throw, no good. Thunder trailing by 12. Jamison inside. He's covered by Murray. Here's Dort. Here's Holmgren. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Holmgren's got his first points of the game.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Gordon, the pass to Murray. It's deflected. Outside, Jamison with the drive and the slam dunk by Jamison.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Denver making a switch here. Raji's checked in. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Okashevsky's checked in for Williams. Murray with it, and it's Jamison picking him up. Porter, no luck.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
From outside the arc, Jamison, no luck.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Might be time for the coaching staff to bust out a play for him to get going. 0 for 4 to start the half.
Got a piece of it. Gilgeous-Alexander against Burks. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Tate, he's checked in for Denver. Goodwin comes in for Murray. Thunder trailing by 8. Outside, Jamison. There's a good screen to the inside and stolen by Gordon. Now here's Goodwin. He's covered closely. Tate the pass to Burks. And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Nice job, SGA, coming in and using that long, athletic wingspan.
Here's Jamison. From down in the low post, it goes. Jamison's got 18 points in the game.
No, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And you can just sense his determination, trying to do everything he can to keep this game within reach. Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Goodwin kicks to Tate. Burks for 3. And Holmgren pulls it down. Holmgren's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Jamison the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Jamison with a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Tate with the rebound.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
So hard to guard the pick and roll action, and Aaron Gordon's a part of it. You better have your antennas up.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Both teams deciding to change it up. Thunder trail. By 10.
One thing about Aaron Gordon that stands out is his insane athleticism. He's capable of some incredible dunks. And because he attacks that rim with such ferocity, it makes it special to see him go to the rim.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
We've seen Gordon compete, Brent, in the dunk contest like you, and there are some who would say he should have won. What about you?
You can make a strong case that he was robbed, and Aaron actually does. But we see that under the legs, leaping over the mascot dunk on so many highlight reels. Just a special athlete, and what a special contest that was.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Jokic passes to Highland. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Under trailing by 6. Outside, Jamison. Takes it inside.
Giddey's intelligence grows by leaps and bounds game after game. Great vision and a nice rapid-fire decision.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Tips it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. Tate's only got 8 points.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Outside, Jamison. Robinson Earl. A three-pointer, no good. Jokic from deep three-point territory. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Nuggets lead by... In a moment now, as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. And Oklahoma City, look at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Holmgren is out there with Williams. Then it's Josh Giddey. Then it's Lou Dort. And it's Jamison in at the point. Jamison drives in, uses the glass to finish the layup. Jamison's got 26.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And Murray's got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
Here's Jamison. Offensive rebound. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
And a wide open look for Porter. Off target from outside.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off. And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Denver calls timeout. This team has credited Giddey's background for shaping him as a player.
You know, he grew up in a house dominated by basketball. Both his parents played professionally in Australia, and that goes a long way toward developing your basketball IQ.
Gordon's checked in for Tate, and a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Ilgis Alexander's checked in, and let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Well, I got a chance to hear what the Nuggets head coach was saying to his team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Thanks, David.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Guys, they've done everything they can in this one to just dominate that backboard offensively and keeping control of the ball and then converting the ball.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused. wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Clock at 6. For the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
On pass to Gordon. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Jamison's got the lead up to 1 now for the Thunder.
And you might not have expected him to go for the steal there, but boy, oh boy, did that ever work out.
Here's Murray. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And sometimes as a point guard, you got to take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. They respect the decision-making from him out there.
Denver calls timeout. Burks checked in for Denver. Here's Porter. And another miss by Denver.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
From 18 feet away. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Thunder?
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
It's blocked, and they get it back. Burks kicks to Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. Highland. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. The Thunder leading by 5. Here's Jamison. Here's Holmgren. Lays it up off the glass. Holmgren's got 4 points in the quarter.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Highland passes to Jokic. Shoots over Holmgren, and it's blocked. Here's Jamison. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Bounce pass from Burks. Here's Jokic, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Jokic doing a better job as the years have gone on, just drawing more contact and getting to the line, and that's a good thing. He's an over 80% shooter there.
Denver making a switch here. Murray's checked in, and good on the second, so he makes them both. The Thunder with the lead. From deep three-point range, Williams kicks to Jamison. Shoots. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Yeah, you like when Jokic is this active on the defensive end. More blocks, please.
Porter outside. The Nuggets get it back in a new 14. Got a hand on it, and he recovers it. He gets it in there.
Jokic stepping up big time here.
50 seconds left in the 4th. Here's Jamison. Gordon with the defensive end.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within 5. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
On its way from Birch for two. Here's Jokic again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
And he commits the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul. 13 foul.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, they just need a solid play right now, and Coach going through his index cards to find one to get something going.
Down low. Here's Jokic. It's good! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Some nights Jokic is patient where he plays the role of the setup man, but tonight he's setting his own table.
Here's the pick. Jamison the pass to Holmgren. Money!
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Nuggets.
So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. This win such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that about right.
Happy to have you with us for NBA. And points will be hard to come by tonight. Doris, both sides do a great job of stringing together stops.
Well, whatever has happened on the offensive end of the floor, pace and space, et cetera, championships are still built on the defensive end of the floor. We are talking about two teams who not only have quality individual defenders, they are tied together on a string as a team.
And the Oklahoma City starting five. On the wings, it's the Canadian pair, Gilgeous-Alexander and Dort. Grant Williams out there with Holmgren. And it's Jay in at the point guard position. Now here's Simons. For three, here's Lillard. Jamison grabs the board. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Lillard, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. They set the screen.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Simons outside. Clock at 6. Shoots it from the high post. Jamison grabs the board.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And year in and year out, there's one thing we know for certain about the Blazers. They've got some of the best fans in the NBA.
Here's Sharp, averaging around 6 a game. And here's Nurkic for 3. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. It's intercepted. Just over a minute and a half in. Pass to Nurkic. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2. And how about the fan base in Portland? They're passionate and they really understand the game.
That's so true, B.A. I mean, even in lean years, they come out to support their club. And when they're on top, all of Rip City gets caught up in the buzz. Portland's a great basketball town.
Lillard outside. There's the triple. Can't hit that one. So the Thunder will take it the other way.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
Here's Jamison in the game against Denver. Very impressive. And it's Holmgren missing.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Ooh, got that one up quick.
A floor general like Lillard won't miss that assist. He easily spots the wide open shooter and connects.
Williams, a screen on Lillard. Here's Jamison. That one a tad offline, but it drops in for him. Give him 8 points now.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And it's good. 2 points.
Yeah, in the paint, Nurkic can be a monster. He's got all the physical gifts he needs to dominate.
They set a pick. Launches it. That shot is off. And it's Portland the other way. Their first chance this season playing the Thunder.
And these two teams will face off against one another 4 times. It should be fun.
So what you look for in the first game, 1, does one team make a statement? And 2, how...
Oklahoma City trailing. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with Nasir Little. Then there's Sharp. Then there's Johnson. And it's Martin in at the 1. That's the group for Portland starting the second. Eubanks the screen. The 3.